What's up, Al? It's Warren, obviously. Here's the tutorial for Letdown that you commissioned. And here's the acoustic part with a little bit of attention to some of the other stuff that's going on. We got different sections, and your companion transcription will break them down by color. And so I'll just go over the intro after I kind of explain the overview a little bit. So the song is in the key of A. I mean, it doesn't really stray from that. So if you know the music theory and you know some basic chords in the key of A, you can kind of work your way into the song. But there's a little bit of stuff in there that's just sort of not typical with your open chords. It's in 4, meaning you're going to count along, 4 beats, and the rhythm for the most part is just 8th note subdivisions. You're not going to get much more than 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for most of the song, except for when you get into a little bit of like Johnny's parts where he starts to introduce some 8th note triplets, kind of tricky. Yeah, without much further ado, here is the intro. So the intro goes like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And you can see there, as I've transcribed, you have some emphasizing on beats 2 and 4 in the first measure, and then the 2 and then 4 again in the second measure. So it's this 2-bar rhythmic phrase, and you got this A sus 4, which is your 5/7 X7 shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So that goes like that, and you're gonna do that a couple times. And then when the verse comes along, you got either a choice to do this, or you could do this. Just same chord, but just a different position. I like to do my index finger flattened like this. I think that's pretty easy. But there's some good case for this shape later with your middle, ring, and pinky, because Tom will throw in one of these and lift the pinky later. Just FYI, I like to be meticulous. But the verse is going to go 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3 and 4, and the rhythm slightly changes from the intro. So the second measure is going to 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and repeat that 2 and. That second measure of the strum sort of changes a little bit from the intro. So again, when I put it together, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more syncopated there, and then 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, and 4. And so those chords are just E, your basic E, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0, and your F sharp minor with this added note there. It's kind of tough to play unless you can use your thumb. Hopefully you can. 2, 4x, 2, 3x, and then it goes to F sharp minor, resolves down to F sharp minor, 2, 4x, 2, 2. And if you can't do that, you can kind of try maybe something like this, which is a little bit inaccurate, but it works just fine. I'm just doing 2x, 0, 2, 3. 2x, 0, 2, 2 to substitute those. And then back to you. Okay, so that's the chorus. And the chorus goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and stop right there. That's a D. And there's some melodic movement in there, and you go 1 and 2 lift at each one of those emphasized strums. And then you go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So I'm doing yet a different A fingering there, but you can do 1 and 2 and. You could do 1 and 2 and. Doesn't matter. So that's the A and the A add 2 with no third. Okay, so which is why I made the case that, you know, maybe this isn't the best thing for every part of the song. And then instead of doing beats 3 and 4, I've blacked it out on the transcription to show you actually don't count beats 3 and 4. When you count along with the song, the drum beat changes and the strum changes so that it kind of echoes back to the beginning strumming pattern. So that next chord, the D add 6 over F sharp, is actually not going to be counted at beat 3. Beat 3 might be kind of strange to count it that way. So what makes a little bit more sense is if you count beat 1 again. So it's strange because you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2. So you have 2 measures of 6 beats, or you could look at it as 4 measures where it's like 4 beats plus 2 beats, and then 4 beats plus 2 beats. Okay, so you have your D with melodic movement for 4 beats, your A for 2 beats, and then your D add 6 over F sharp for 4 beats, and then another 2 beats like that. So it just continues that chord. But D add 6 over F sharp, your 2x 0 2 0 0. I think it's 2x 0 2 0 x. Make a note in that in the transcription. He doesn't really play the first string. He kind of mutes it. The strumming pattern is more like one of the previous ones with the and, but it also has the 2 and 4 of the first measure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and. Okay, so you got that. So put it together, it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 4 and. If you can count out loud and play at the same time, that's going to be your key there to figuring that out. Then we get to the bridge. Okay, now Tom comes in with that and he plays it for 19 measures. It's hard to keep count. I think of it as like 9.5 2-bar phrases. Really weird. It's just this constant strumming. But to get Ed's part in, which comes in before Tom's part, I would go. To get that kind of feeling that you're not losing a part, right? So we pepper that in there, just insert that, and that's going to be this X02, and then X04, and then X21, X22, back to this one, and then that paired, okay? And what you do is you insert the 5th string open between everything. So you're going to go. Except that those two are paired together, you know. And then you're going to change it and it's going to go. That's X0212. So you're doing everything the same except the last 2 notes. And then the same thing goes for the first string open and the first fret. So you can do this one first. Second time. That's your A major 7 basic shape there. And the third time. first string and the third string. Now, Ed does it an octave higher, but we can't really do that because he's got a capo that uses some open notes that aid him in it from what I could figure out. And you can do this version though, and then end up. There you go. So that's the bridge part 1 that Tommy was playing this, and then he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and sorry, it's this shape down here. Forgive me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 2, 4, 2 and 3 and. It's like he lifts that second string there. You can also do it with the pinky like this one. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and. So you notice that emphasis on the and of 3 there with the A at 2 with no third. And then the very last 2 measures, he just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and he doesn't like change the chord shape. He just holds that throughout. And then that's the final chorus. Final verse, I mean, and then you get to the final chorus, and then the outro. This is the outro. So everything is the same as before in terms of the guitar part. But we get to the outro, and the outro becomes a flat picking part. So that flat picking part is 5, 7, X7, and you're just gonna do 6th, 5th, 3rd, 6th, 6th, 5th, 3rd, 6th, 6th, 5th, 3rd, 3rd, and switches to this chord. And then you pause for an empty beat there, and then 6th, 3rd, 6th. Six, 5, and that's it. That's it for the guitar part. Everything's tabbed out. You can see the song structure to your right, and yeah, happy playing. It's a pleasure to do this with you. Okay, bye.